Is your lawn care business stuck? Stuck at a certain revenue level? Maybe you can't break through that $1 million of annual revenue each year. Maybe you're stuck at 2 or 5 or even $10 million. You might be looking for certain ways to grow your book of lawn care customers. And one of the things that you're going to run across with tips and advice that you find online is going to be to use direct mail or send out lawn care postcards. Now, in my experience, I've seen that these tips usually come from one of two places. They're either going to come from an advertising agency that benefits financially from getting you to do these, or they're going to come courtesy of some lawn care company owners, typically smaller company owners that are posting videos to YouTube and different things. I'm here to tell you that this video is neither one of those things. I have used lawn care postcards over the last 20 years to help grow lawn care businesses, adding hundreds and thousands of customers. I've also worked alongside with some really smart, savvy business owners all across the country that have used this tactic. And I'm here to tell you that it does work, but only if you do certain things right. Today, I'm going to share those tips with you. Stay tuned. Hi, my name's Chad, and I'm with a company called Landscape Leadership. Over the last 20 years in the lawn care industry, I've personally used direct mail or lawn care postcards to help grow a business. I worked with a $13 million company for a number of years, and this was one of the primary ways that we helped add hundreds, thousands of lawn care customers to our business. I also work hand in hand now with a bunch of lawn care companies across the country and help them grow their business. And direct mail is not even a service that we offer. But I've been able to help them and coach them with certain tips that I've seen work for me in the past, and they've come up with a lot of creative ideas to really help them get the best ROI, and so I'm going to share those tips today with you. So as we cover these tips today on how to get the best ROI and the maximum amount of customers out of lawn care postcards, I'm going to ask you to do a few things. If you like this video, let me know. Click that button below. If you have a question or comment, you can feel free to leave that, and I'll be sure to answer them as well. And finally, if you love these types of videos and you want to get them delivered to you when they become available, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So let's get started and start talking about these tips. So my first tip is this: simplify your design. The one thing that I saw in common when I looked at all of these tips and these videos that I'm finding on YouTube about using lawn care postcards is that these things are a cluttered mess. There is way too much going on in these postcards, and people are trying to accomplish or communicate too many things on a simple direct mail piece. So let's talk about front and back, and I'm going to show you some examples of what I think works really, really well. The first thing that I want to cover is the front. Notice on this front of this postcard that you see very few elements. Overall, in this postcard, there are two images. There's one in the front and there's one in the back, and you shouldn't really be doing any more than that. The image on the front is powerful, and there's also very limited text. You can see there's a headline, a subheading, there's also the logo of the company, and then there's the offer with pricing. Now, this is something that I really can't stress enough. You have to be able to give a very, very compelling offer on your direct mail pieces. If people are getting 3, 4, 5, maybe even 10 different lawn care postcards in the mail, your offer should really stand out, because when you start using things that are the same that everybody else is, you're just another lawn care company. Think about it this way. Your offer should make your competitors nervous. So what you're giving away should really be apparently very valuable right from the beginning. Another thing that I like about this postcard is that right on the front, it gives some very clear and concise contact information. And we're going to come back to that specific type of contact information in just a little bit. Now, on the back of this piece, again, you're going to see the logo repeated again. There's also going to be just some very brief detail about your offer. This is not a time for you to explain everything you do and how you do it. Just tell them what they're going to get out of it. The next thing is there's a piece of social proof here. So whether it's a testimonial or a review that's shared on Google, or even the quantity or rating like we've done here on this piece, that is super, super powerful to your prospect. Again, there's contact information so people know how to get in touch with you. So if you're cramming more than this into your postcards, I'm here to tell you that you are going to lose focus and lose impact when it comes to trying to generate a lot of leads through lawn care postcards. The second tip is extremely important. Make sure you're creating easy experiences for your prospects. In order to do that, you have to do a couple things. The first thing is you have to create multiple ways that they can interact with you. Keep in mind that some people like to call on the phone, and other people are doing their research at odd times of nights when maybe you're not even there, so they're going to want to convert on a web form somewhere. Make sure that you're making it very, very convenient for them. And when they finally get through to somebody, make sure that they have someone to talk to that's willing to at least engage in the sales conversation and maybe get them started with service. This is where Oasis does this really, really well because they have a team of about 8 or 10 different salespeople, and they're open past your 9 to 5 business hours. And so during that peak season when these direct mail offers are going out, people are answering the phones, even on Saturday morning for a few hours. That's what it's really going to take to make sure that you're selling a lot of lawn care business through lawn care postcards. Tip number 3 is this: don't just be another lawn care company. Now, we talked about that, how it relates to your offer being different, but think about your messaging. Everything from visual to the text that you have on your lawn care postcards. The image needs to be about the prospect, not about you. So don't have a picture of someone doing a lawn care treatment. Have a picture of someone like this, in this direct mail piece, actually enjoying their property. Here's another example I want to show you. Now, we did a couple different direct mail pieces in here. We changed the messaging and also the image each time. You can see that each of these hit a specific pain point. So everything from the image to the heading and subheading communicate different things. You could be talking about the fact that this takes a lot of time for someone to do it themselves. You could also be talking about how they might be embarrassed about what their neighbors are seeing on their lawn. Whatever it is that you're doing, remember to put yourself into the mind of your prospect. Now, as you looked at these pieces, you might have noticed that some of these pictures are stock images. Now, there's no problem with using that, but I think you should probably be at least a little bit conscious of the other stock images that people in your market are using. I have the luxury of seeing these things all across the country, and I can tell you there's probably about 25 images that people seem to use. And so you might want to consider going to a different stock website to try to find something a little different. Ultimately, what would really be great is if you were hiring a professional photographer to stage these types of images with actual customers and then put a little caption in on the picture. That's super, super powerful. But images are very, very important, and they have to be about your prospect. Now, you might want to try all kinds of different experiments. One that I see commonly come up, a big question is when is the best time to send these lawn care postcards? Now, we all know that there are big companies out there like True Green and Weedman. They like to send these offers out early in the season and beat everybody to the punch. But how compelling is it to get a lawn care offer in the end of February when it's 25 or 30 degrees outside? It's not really something that you're probably going to act on. So you might want to say, you know what, I want to be in front of my prospect that time as well, but then I want to follow up a little bit later. And that would be the ideal time. So what I encourage companies to do is print these pieces out, get them ready, and have them ready to drop in the mail and watch the weather. That first really nice weekend, when people are out in their lawns, starting to do a little cleanup or maybe throwing the ball with Junior, is going to be a time when they spot a bunch of weeds in their lawn or areas that kind of died out that they're going to want to do something. And that's the perfect time for your postcard to hit. Another experiment that you might want to try is what we alluded to before when we talked about putting pricing on this piece. Remember, a lot of people are saying 10% off, free visit, that sort of thing, but they're not really connecting any kind of number on their postcard. People need to know a general idea of what it costs. In fact, you can actually disqualify a bad fit prospect by doing that and attract somebody that says, yeah, you know what, that seems pretty reasonable. You can go a step beyond example pricing though. One of the things that I've done in the past is actually put real pricing right on the postcard. Now, this comes with a couple caveats. First off, it's going to be more expensive to do it this way, but it could be worth it because I've seen these pieces actually convert at a higher rate. One of the things that you're going to have to do is give variable data to your print house. So just like you're giving them first name, last name, and address, you're also going to want to give them, say, a per visit price. They should be able to create this shell and insert that price wherever you want that on the shell. Make sure though that your direct mail lawn care postcard has a remittance stub then as well and also prints this price there. You'd be surprised, but some people, they really just don't want to talk to salespeople. They'll actually sign approval and send the postcard in with the pricing on it to start their lawn care program. I've seen it happen. Now, as you're doing a bunch of different experiments with your lawn care postcards, you really need to figure out what is working and what isn't working. Two of the pieces of information that I alluded to a little earlier are the contact information. It's the phone number and the website address. So you might choose to have different website addresses or phone numbers based on these different types of lawn care postcards that you're sending out. In this example, you can see it says Cincinnati, and so we created a specific landing page on the website where people can go and claim that offer right there. Also, that phone number is a tracking phone number, meaning that when people call this, we know what their caller ID is in most instances, and we also can see how many calls are coming in, how many are actually getting missed, and they can follow up in their CRM to see which one of these are actually selling. So you can test this out. You can put different URLs and different phone numbers depending upon your different segments of your list, and you can find out what is working and what is not. That helps you make really good decisions going forward because instead of guessing, you're actually looking at information and weighing things that way. So implementing these tips for lawn care postcards are going to help you to get an even better ROI, and measuring and experimenting are going to help you figure out what is really working and what isn't instead of guessing at that. This is what it's going to take to really gain hundreds and thousands of lawn care customers by using lawn care postcards. As I said in the beginning of the video, if you've liked this video, please click that button below and let me know. If you have a question or comment, please make sure that you post that below. Read the description because I'm going to have a bunch of other links and things that you should go to really check out how to do these different pieces of these campaigns. And if you absolutely love ideas like this and you would love to see these videos as they are released, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Thanks a lot. I hope you got a lot out of this. I hope it helps you grow your lawn care business with lawn care postcards. Thanks a lot and have a really great day.